ever go do a 4-ace trick, but you don't have them, that's okay. You have pop wild cards. All you have to do is flick and pop, and that's when you get your first ace. Now, you still have 2 wild cards, and maybe you can get another ace. All you have to do is flick and pop, and guess what? Doesn't work. It doesn't work. What you have to do is a twist and a shake, and then guess what? You pop it and it works like that. Last 2 ones you can try to pop all day, but it's not gonna matter because all you have to do is a little shake and you get 2 more aces, and then you get to go and do a trick with all 4 aces. That is called Pop Wild Pop card. Enjoy.
G'day, you absolute ripper. Welcome back to Murphy's Magic Saturday Sorcery. How are you? My name is Beau Creamer. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, you've just seen an incredibly beautiful way to produce any 4 aces in a fun visual way from the insanely talented Chris James. Now, I know what you're saying. Beau, stop yabbering, stop flapping those gums. I want to learn how this is done, and I couldn't agree with you more. So let's jump over to Chris James, where he's going to teach you this effect right now. 'Tis the day to be learning magic.
Like I forgot my aces, but luckily I have 2 wild cards. Wild cards allows me to produce any 4 of a kind. Right now, we'll do the aces. All I have to do is flick, or if you want to, you can hit your thumb there and you can see that one of the aces comes out like that. Now, I still have 2 wild cards. We still need 3 more cards. All I have to do is flick and it comes out. See, no, you got to twist it and then you flick, and then it comes out like that. The last 2 you can flick all day, but it's not gonna matter because if you shake them over the other ones, you get the other 2 aces. And that's how you get all 4 aces. That is Pop Wild. Hello guys and girls, this is what you need to build this amazing little 4-ace production. You need a 4 of a kind. 2 of the 4 of a kind need to have blank backs, and the other 2 are just completely normal, okay? Doesn't matter, doesn't need to be 4 aces. I just prefer 4 aces for what I go into afterwards. And it doesn't have to be the red ones that are blank back. It can be mixed, as long as you have 2 blank back and 2 normal cards, just like this, okay? Then you need a roughing bomb or a roughing stick. You could use this or this. The problem with this is then you're going to have to apply the opposite card. So when they're together, if you just spray one and then go like this, it's not going to work. You need to spray this one, and then it will work. I'm sure you know how that works. If you don't, let me explain one more time. With the roughing stick, if I rough here and then go like this, it's going to stick to that card, okay? With the spray, if I spray here, it's not going to stick until I spray here. It needs to have the matching on each side, and then it will work. That's why I don't prefer using this for this trick. If you don't have this, try a white crayon. I heard that works fine. So this is what you need to do. You set it up like this. You have the heart goes with the spade. This is how I do it, so I remember it, but however you want to do it to remember it. The 2 cards go face to face like this, the opposite colors, or the same colors, it doesn't matter. And then this one face to face like this, okay? So you have the 2 cards face to face here, and then the 2 cards face to face here. And this is all you need to do. This is the top pair, okay? The top pair, all you have to do is do a line across on the one that has the blank back. So you take it, and I like to apply a little bit more just because these aren't going to be handed out, and I switch them out. So, and you can always test it. See, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's the top pair. The bottom pair is the same exact. So on the one with the blank back, you apply it here. Okay, but you have to do a little bit different on this one. And I'll show you why. So now you have both of these where you can go like this and they stay together, right? That's perfect. That's what you want. You want them to stay together. It looks like 2 cards when you bring them out. When you go like this to do the pop, see how that spreads the bottom card too? We need to have that from not happening. So you take your top pair, put it to the side, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a little bit right there, okay? on the corner where your thumb goes. This is important, otherwise it's not going to work. And then I'll show you what happens. Now that we did that, it's stuck down here. So now when we do the pop, you don't get that from coming out. So that's very, very important. What I like to do is mark this down here so I know. So you can put like a little dab or a little something, just like a little dot or something. It doesn't really matter. Something that you can see. See, like I know now I know that that's the bottom. I put a little thing there. I know that that's, or you can look and kind of see, but I like to just do it this way. That way I know everything goes. So now you have the blank back with the line and the mark down here and the roughing bomb here and here. That goes to that. And then you have the blank back with the normal card together like this with just the roughing bomb here. Right? This one goes on top, and then you're good to go. You come out and you do this. Now, for the front, right? You want to write something. So I like to write wild with a question mark. So here, I'll show you. This one, we'll do, you can write whatever you want. So we'll do, doesn't really matter. If you have a printer, you can print. Wild there. And then this one, we'll do wild here. Because when you bring these cards out, they're called the wild cards. And it's a fun little visual. So there you go. So now everything is set and ready to go. And now we'll go into how to perform it. That's it right there. You got my little dot there, so that's gonna go here. And now I'm ready to go. Let that dry a little bit. One thing about writing with marker and then using this isn't touching, but when it does touch, it can smudge. So just be extra careful. Now you're ready to go. You test it. That's that card. Okay, now we can go into how to perform this lovely effect. One thing I forgot to mention is when you do take these out and you spread and you see that you have your wilds on top, you can see the orientation and where it needs to be. But just to be safe, you can take your Stabilo or your Sharpie and just mark a little bit down here and then maybe a little bit over here. What this does is it allows you to be able to come out and see where the orientation is. So all I know now is put the two dots together. And then I know that, because if I came out like this by accident and I saw my two dots up there and I went like this, the trick would be ruined. So now I know that this dot and this dot match, and then I can go into it and do the trick without the bottom card spreading, which is really important that does not happen. So I just wanted to go over that with you. Just easier ways to keep the orientation together. And then I always look at the bottom there. If one's upside down or whatever, I always just flip it so that way they're matching like this. It's just easier for me. So this is how you can perform this as a packet trick. You can have a rubber band around the cards, or you can have them in an envelope like I do. I got these at Target. You can black that out. They're for free at the register. I got a bunch of them. So basically, you just talk about wild cards and how they work. And you just show two wild cards. You take it out. Remember, your orientation for your little dot is down there. You know it's there because you can see it. We talked about that in the video where we built this. And you come out and you show the two wild cards. And you can force the ace onto them, or you can just produce the four aces. So you show the two cards, right? And you say, these are the two wild cards. Watch, I'll produce the aces. You put your thumb here and your pointer finger below, right? And you spread. But what makes this really visual is when you pop it. If you're lucky and you feel confident enough, you can have them do the pop. And it literally pops into their fingers, which is really nice. You don't have to do it that way. So you show the 2 wild cards and then you go into the pop. So you go like this, that's the first pop. Put that down. Now this is a dirty card, right? And we only have 1 wild card left because that one's down here, so you need to do a frustration count. So you just produced 1, you come over, and frustration count is showing the bottom and then taking just the top card, which is the ace of clubs, and then showing the bottom again. That's all you're doing. So here, here, and then putting it on top. You're putting this double on top, okay? So you're in this position where you're here, you just pop that one out, you remove the 1 into the left hand, and then you show the wild. That way they see 2 wilds again, and you put them on top like this. Now you're ready to do the next pop. But if you remember, you have roughing bomb here. So when you do this pop, nothing happens. So you can do this. And make sure you have pressure on there. It's okay if it splits a little bit. I've had it split. Just bring it back together. It's not a big deal. They don't know what's about to happen, so it doesn't mean anything to them. Obviously, you don't want it to come apart. That's why it's important to really test that and make sure it works. So you pop it, nothing happens. You say, look, if I give it a little twist and then you do it, it pops again. And that card pops out this time. And just play with it and mess with it at home and see where it looks the best for you to pop out. I notice on this one, if I come down on the edge a little bit, I get like a nice little pop there. So all you're doing is thumb on top, finger on bottom, and you're just spreading the cards out like that. That's all you're doing, and then adding the pop. That card comes out, and then you have these 2 aces left. The dirty ones are down here. Now, Craig Petty added this where he says, pop it, doesn't work. And then you could do a twist or a like this, and then shake it, and then say, oh, okay. And then produce those aces, and then you're done. Which is a great quick packet trick, just kind of like Richard Sanders' ace, something like that. Just do it that way. That's how I do it a lot of times. But if you want to go into ace tricks or any 4 of a kind trick that you want, if you have these different, we'll go into that next and I'll show you how to set that up. But for that, that's simple. Go back and watch it and you should be good. And now reset for this is real easy because I know I have my my mark down here for the where is it? My mark down here for the roughing bomb here. Spades goes with hearts, so I do it that way, and I keep the orientation of these the same as well. Spades goes with hearts, and then diamonds goes with clubs. And then I have my, well, look, there's my little dot there, my little dot there, and I put it like this, give it a nice little test, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go again. You might have to reapply this stuff every once in a while, but you should be good for a while. And then I put it back in my envelope, and I'm ready to go. Whatever works best for you to reset, but that's how I like to reset. Clubs with hearts, or clubs with diamonds, hearts with spades, and then that's why I put the dots so orientation is easy to do. And now I'll show you how to do this with a full deck.
Now, look, I'm so sorry. I have to break up this explanation right here. I have to interrupt. I'm sorry, Chris, but it's time for the mid-episode giveaway. Now, before we jump into what this week's giveaway is, let's find out who won last week's plethora of card effects known as the Card Edition Bundle. Now, I've chosen my random winner, and congratulations, Fen, my friend. You are the winner of last week's prizes. So if you could email me just here, I'll get those prizes out to you quicker than you can make a coin disappear. If you haven't seen that episode of Stumped Card on screen right now, make sure you check it out straight after this episode. Now onto this week's giveaway. What are you going to get? Well, apart from my undying love, you're going to get the Slights bundle, which is from some of the best minds in the industry. You're going to learn some of their best moves. So how do you enter this competition? I hear you'll ask. Well, that is a great question. All you need to do is comment below what 4 cards you would produce using Chris's new effect. Whatever those 4 cards are, make sure you put them in the comment section. I'll choose someone out at random and you'll be announced in next week's video. So good luck.
Now this is the setup for the full deck version. If you wanted to go into a 4 of a kind trick, a 4 ace trick, which I will teach after this, in case you don't know any. So you have this in your pocket, which is your pop wild cards. And then you have a deck with a setup. You have a double backer, and then you have clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds in order like this, just normal cards. Those go face up, double backer goes on that, the rest of the deck face down, okay? You bring out the deck and you say you're gonna show a trick with the 4 aces, because magicians like that. Be funny, whatever you wanna do, whatever your patter is, do it. You don't see any aces, that's okay. Remember, when you're spreading, don't spread too far, because you'll get that. So you can end, keep like a key card, so you know 5 of hearts is the last part you can spread. To them, that looks like a single card. There's no aces in there. Be careful when you turn over so you don't flash. Put this down, and you say that's okay. You have wild cards. You take these out, and you explain wild cards. These cards are going to give us our aces, right? Make sure everything's in orientation. We already know that. Usually, if you put it away right, it will be right when you take it out. So you produce the first ace. Now, you can force the aces on them first, however you want to do it. But for this, I just go right in to say, hey, look, I'm looking for the aces. I can't find them. We'll use these cards to get them. So you put your thumb finger down here like we talked about before, and you can have them use their thumb up here to flick. If not, you just do it and you say, there's the first ace. That's so visual to them because it just pops out of nowhere. You take it, you put it down, you put it in their hand, whatever you want. I've done both before. Put it down. They're not going to look at this point, at least in my experience. They want to keep their attention here, right? So now you do the frustration count like we talked about. So you show the wild, you take off the 1 card, put it on top, do it, doesn't work. Do it, it doesn't work. And remember, when you're doing this, put pressure there so it doesn't split. If you do it light, it's going to split. Sometimes it does, but pressure is good. Now you twist so we can produce that next ace. And then there's that next ace. That comes out. You could do the thing like this. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You could say, look, if you blow on it or snap, that's when those 2 aces pop up, right? Now you remember down here, this is why I did this, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. All you have to do is pick these cards up, and you can flash the backs of these, remember. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, like this. Now you have the aces. You pick up the deck, and you can bring this up like this to get a little break, or do a pinky count, whatever works for you. Just go like this without flashing the back. Even if they saw that, though, it's not going to matter. They have no idea what's about to happen. You have your 4 cards. These go onto the double backer, and you have your break under the double backer only. All you're going to do is take the envelope. This is why I have the envelope. Here, make sure there's no wild cards in there, because you don't want too many wild cards, and you're going to remove all those cards, which is the double backer and the 4 aces, and they see the same thing. So they see this. That goes on, and you're just removing those. Move it any way you want. You can bring it in here. You can open up this, the card box, which those shouldn't be in there. Open the card box up, and you're just taking everything above the break, and you're going to put it in your pocket. You're like, we don't want anything to happen with these cards, whatever you want to come up with. And now you're ready to go. You're clean, and now you can do your 4 ace trick. This is why I said I like using the envelope, because I'll be here, and then I can say, make sure there's no, whatever you want to say. Make sure there's no more wild cards, like this. It is good to actually have them rubber banded as well inside here. So then you can take a rubber band and have the rubber band out, and then pick this up, put this in here, right? Close it up, and then take everything, and then without flashing there, and put it in your pocket. If you don't have the envelope, you just take this, make sure there's nothing in there. Whatever you want to do, you're just trying to get these to here, and then you put them in your pocket. They have no idea what's happening because there's no heat right now, okay? You just produce the aces, and then you're talking to them up here. And down here, you're just doing something like this, where you're here, and then you're putting these away. So now you're clean. You reset these later on, okay? Now, we'll go into a couple tricks you can do with the 4 clean aces. If you don't know any, I'll teach them right now. If you do, you can end the video here and you're good to go. You can reach out to me on social media, which is Chris James Magic. If you have a better way of switching them out, I'd love to see it. This is just something I came up with real quick that I use, that I find is the easiest for me. Like I said, you just put it on and get rid of it. Do it one more time. Look, you have your aces here with your double backer face up, and then you make sure those are in. Basically, you just want to make sure the diamond's on top, because the diamond's on top here. That's all you have to really worry about, okay? That would go here. You get your little break. Diamond on top. Take, make sure there's nothing in there, and then take those and put them in the pocket. Done, and now you have your clean aces, and then these are dirty in the pocket. And now I will teach you a couple ace tricks that are pretty standard amongst magicians, and people know them. But in case you're new, we got fun little ace tricks I can show you. And thank you for watching. So this is just a variation on Pop Wild. What I did here is I just simply used different cards. So instead of the blanks with the wild written on it, what I did is I just took 2 blanks, right? Have them pop it, and I produced the queens. You do everything the exact same way. It doesn't work. You show the blanks. Doesn't work. You twist it. You get the other queen. You shake it, and you get all 4 queens rather than the aces. And it's exact same thing. You're just replacing the aces with queens and not writing anything on them. So there's a ton of different things you can do with Pop Wild. Also, too, envelope, make it the way you want, make it look good. I use a silver ink there, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you, and on to the next.
All right, champion, ready to check out more videos just like this one? Make sure you check out our YouTube channel where we drop new videos every single day. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe, because why not? Save yourself coming back later. Now, thank you so much, Chris, for that absolutely gorgeous effect. If you want to see more of Chris's work, link in the description below right now to all of his socials. Now, I do need to mention, if you want to learn 2 extra card effects in the Pop Wild project, make sure you head over to Penguin Magic's website, link in the description below right now, where you can download it and learn 2 extra free effects. What an absolute treat. So thank you so much, Chris, for teaching us this effect. And if you want to join me in the comment section below, let Chris know how much you enjoyed this effect so he knows that you're loving his work as well. Now, if you do have any questions on Pop Wild, I know myself and Chris will be tuning into the comment section. So if you have any questions on this project at all, leave them in the comment section below. Use the hashtag question time so Chris and I can find them amongst all the competition entries. Now, if you're watching this on Saturday as it dropped, come join us right now on our Discord, link in the description below to that, where we're having a jam, trivia, and having an all-round good time. Hopefully see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you on Tuesday for a Stumped, or on Wednesday for a What's New This Week. Now take care, see you later, bye for now. Whoa, look at this. Whoa, so much good magic in there. You need to check this out. You're not going to regret it. I pinky promise you. Oh, whoa, look at this. This shining diamond over here. What is this? Beautiful. You probably should click that if you haven't subscribed yet. But then you should definitely check out this, because this is good. Treat yourself.